My name is Louise. We have an actor in my side, Andreas, and I think we met with a friend. And I know you told me about your mom, but I want to know more about a little bit about your story more and your mom, so you can pray some more.
Well, I think what really happened was I was close to my mom. It was a tiny bit difficult because it was around Christmas time that she did lots of things around the house, like decorations all around. And then near the evening time, she was so tired and exhausted. She came up to me and hugged me before she went to bed. And then she went to bed, and I went to bed, and then it happened. The ambulance came, saw my mom. They went to my house, in my house, and they said, "I'm sorry, Andreas. Your mother had bone cancer. She didn't make it."
Oh wow!
Not even sleep.
Maybe it's hard for you at this to see your mom have cancer. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know that. So it is awesome to share with this for me because I want to know you. Unless, I very honored to you hear your story, but I want to ask you a question on you. Your mom, you feel proud to see you in stage?
I think before I started to, it was around Christmas time. I lived in Kipling and Rathbun, where I used to live. And it was like, it was beside the school, St. Gregory's. And it was like this, right beside my house. And it was me, my mom, my dad, and my brother.
Wow. How old you are before your mom?
Before she went up to heaven, it was, I think it was sad for my dad, and because that was his wife.
Tell me about a little bit about you. I know you've been in school, so tell me about a little bit about your congregation in your school.
And my schooling was like reading, writing, more things are challenging because I had to work on my writing skills. Sometimes my P's always go to D's. Sometimes my writing is that bad. But I kept on writing. I never stopped until I get something out of me. And I did. I started to write and read. The day goes on when I start to write and read, and I saw myself pursuing my acting career and my playwriting skills.
Wow, wow. Very interested about your congregation and your school, but I know it's another people like you, we've been challenged. Some teachers treat people with better needs in a bad way. I wanted to pray this because sometimes while you have an acting career, you acting for long time, and what do you think so hard and so hard? You have told me a little bit about why so hard at TV and film.
I think for me, I had a circle of friends that supported me all through it. It was Tim Ellison and people that used to work with,
Okay.
like Sharon Kingsbury, and my mom, my dad, my brother used to be part of the circle of friends. But when they went away, I don't see my dad as much. Julian, the sad thing I went through is when I saw my dad. I didn't get a chance to see my dad because he sold his house in Austria. He
Oh wow.
a group home. I mean, it's a nursing home because
Okay.
I'm sad about that because I never get a chance to call my dad.
Oh wow.
I think me and my dad, we used to love, so he loves sports and I love watching musicals. I'm different than my dad.
Wow. It's amazing all this. You have great moments and your family. Wow, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I know I have I very lucky I feel very proud myself. I got family with my side. He always responded me all the time what I needed.
I think it's the same way for me. I think it's like um, I had a weakness for a long time, and what happened was it was just before my mom passed away. I was I was that it was anxiety.
Okay.
It was like a full blown anxiety attack.
Oh wow.
It was a big thing for me. I had to go through. When I saw my mom, I was so paralyzed. I didn't move. I had a fall.
Oh wow. My mom, it has been out of operation on his back, and I always there for her and responded them all the time.
I think for me, getting over anxiety, it's like it's like it's like it's like that is not easy. Sometimes your energy goes down quickly. It's when someone talks and talks forever, it makes you feel fatigued, tired, and exhausting. But I decided, what, I'm going to stop doing this to myself. So I decided, okay, there is a hole in my life. I should go to church. And I went to church. Running community church, who helped me out so much. And I do, because I had compassion for my mom, my dad, my brother, and when I first started thinking about my whole life, I decided, you know what? Even though my mom's not here, I can feel it now. That maybe my mom is saying, Andreas, it's time for you to make a musical. And that's where everything's journey started from. The real thing. I went through it all. Lots of complications, lots of like seeing things going on with the ambulance and the complications, like coming to the house, seeing my mom. And when I see my mom, I felt the same energy, sadness, and that sadness reach in and pour out my heart, saying, okay, I've got to make this as a musical. Gotta find a way to do it.
I feel the same way sometimes in the night, and I always thinking about my mom. Always saying my mom saying all the time, every time with families, is what happened my mom to pick on. I never think about that stuff, but I feel I don't know. I feel very makes me down. I always thinking what the best future I wanted to have. I know we got so many people in my side, but my problem is what happened my mom to pick on. He always, not as I feel, I'm now alone because we got so many people in my side. Of course, my dad, of course, but I feel, I'm very lucky. I had the best mom ever. He always, every single time, talk about me. Never stops talking about me all the time. It goes down my work.
I am privileged that I had my mom and my dad. And only the sad thing is I'm afraid if my dad would go today. And you know what? It's a good thing to think about your future. What it will look like when things are not happening. But I feel I was close to my parents for a long time. My mom, my dad, my brother. But what happened? Because he's having Alzheimer's. He doesn't know names too well. So when I do think about my dad, the good things I had with him. I have now new sports soccer now. I have maybe Louise and Tim Anderson to support me all through it.
Wow.
And people like my whole group, Sarah Cynic, Angela, Natalie, the whole enchilada, the whole group helps me to have good friends and good care partners and people all around me who care about me so much. I am blessed that I have so expressed in my life. Maya, Natalie, and Cheryl. Not still around, but I have people supporting me all through it, like all through the difficulties. Like I am okay, I'm here. And Soul Express is a theater company. They get together, they have lots of people, they do lots of exercises, lots of big performances like Birds Think About Freedom and the ROI and all these plays that I've been in for a long time.
Wow, it's amazing, people. Well, you mentioned it. You can tell me Fedor and your acting.
Well, through my theater and my acting career, it was through Paul Babiak, my old coach, who's part of the Circle of Friends, and he taught me always drink water, and be ready for any auditions that may come up, like with exercises, lots of exercises to get to the whole point of the stuff that you're doing in your life. Like you gotta have to be ready for whatever comes. Like, okay, Romeo and Juliet, always know your monologues. Because when you know your monologues, you are prepared for life. I first started acting when I was another baby. Well, it was like around in my school years. Like school years, I used to do like little small plays. But then as I grew up, I felt more comfortable with myself. Like I felt like, okay, maybe I'm doing big productions right now with Soul Express, and now from Soul Express to lots of things I've been doing. It's but trying to think about freedom, and there's lots of plays like I've done way back since the celebration of Lost Toronto. Yeah. And in Lost Toronto they do lots of celebrations and entertainment and feeling more out there like singing with the theater choir, being part of the community of people.
The movie Farrah
The
Fawcett.
movie with Sarah Fawcett also. I met her. The first Chinese angels.
What I feel in my community is be connected people you love, but I feel more. I very believe everybody you got to have, you know, what I heard you, unless is you always you bring me new ideas, how to for more connected with people. But it's also to see in the middle of this pandemic, what I learned is you have to be connected people you always close to you and trust and believe in you. Like you always, I have a many two honest friends in my side. He always respond to me in my own podcast and my own. But it's also to see the way I will building, the way to taking. I never thought this podcast come to life, but it's also to see people around me always there for me, respond to me all the time, and be inspired what I mean in person. But it's also to see another new people like you to meet. And I want to say, Alex, thank you very much having you today. I'm very excited that stories you pray your story, your people, and please continue to inspire you. And I want to hear more about you later on. But I want to say thank you, Alex, to join this podcast. So thank you, or anybody part of it, and we continue to inspire you, and good luck in your career, and your acting, your performing, and your skills. I hope one time you see a movie together, and we play music later on, but not right now. Later on. Thank God this.